how are you guys? I miss you so much. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're eating healthy. I hope that you're getting lots of exercise. I hope you're doing lots of creative projects. I hope you're enjoying quality time with your family and that you are helpful around the home. And I just hope that you are really enjoying yourself in this time apart from everybody. And we are going to do a video today for pivot turns. So let's get started. Pivot turns will be used a lot in jazz dance, as you know, and also we used them in contra dance, so we should be a little bit familiar from the beginning of the year, but in case you forgot what those are or you've struggled with them, we're going to go over those right now. So a pivot turn is when you only lift one foot completely off the floor as you're turning, because your pivoting foot is going to stay planted on the floor, and the only thing you're going to lift is your heel. So watch me do a pivot turn with my right foot. I'm going to go step forward with my right, turn to the back, step forward, and turn. Now I used my right leg both times to step forward, and so my left foot was my pivoting foot. And what that means is I go up into releve, right, the ball of my foot, and my left foot is not going to leave the ground. And when we talked about this in school, I used an example of like a piece of paper, right? So if you have, which I'm sure you do, take a piece of paper at home or anything that you have and put it on the floor as like a little quiz to see if you're doing it right. This is a bill. I already paid it though, so it's okay. I can step on it now. Woo! All right. So when I step forward with my right foot, I'm going to make sure that my left foot stays on this paper. So you guys can join me right now. Pause the video if you need to. Grab a piece of paper and put your left foot on top of that paper. All right, here we go. Let's break down the pivot turn. So take your right foot, step it forward in a straight line. And now we're going to turn to our left. So when you turn, you're going to lift the heels up off the floor, turn and keep your legs completely still so they don't actually move side to side. And now you're facing the back away from me. Now you're going to take your back right leg again, step it forward, keeping in mind that your left foot should still be on that piece of paper. Step it forward in a straight line, and again, turning to your left, because that's the only way we can turn that makes sense to come back around to me. Now, if you tried to do this, taking your right foot forward, and then you try to turn this way, we call this the Peepee Dance, right? You really have to go to the bathroom, right? You're like this. That doesn't make any sense. You can't turn that way because your leg is blocked, right? So it only makes sense that you turn the way that your body will allow you to. So that's one way to remember it. Now, we're going to try this again to a tempo, and then we'll do it with music, and then we will move on to another skill. So putting that left foot on your paper, we'll go slow, then we'll go fast. 5, 6, right foot forward. Step, hold it there, now you turn. Turn, hold it there, now you step. Step, hold it there, now you turn. Back around to me, and we're done, just like that. Okay, now let's do it 2 counts for each hold instead of 4. 5, 6, stepping forward, hold 2 counts. Turn and step and turn. Good job. Let's try that same speed again. 5, 6, 2 counts for everything. Step, 2, turn, 2, step, 2, turn, 2. Good. Still keeping that left foot on that piece of paper. It should not have lifted off. Now we're going to go faster. So instead of doing 2 counts for each move, we're going to do 1 count. So it's going to look like this. Step, turn, turn. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, and step, turn, turn. Now if you notice, I'm starting to kind of add my hips and shoulders in because that's what makes it look really jazzy. So instead of having our hands on our hips, why don't we now put our arms out to the side. So tuck your elbows in and jazz hands out, fingers apart. And now let's try that same speed. We're going to do 4 pivot turns all together. 5, 6, 7, and step, turn, step, turn, step, turn, step, turn. 2 more. Don't get dizzy. Last one. Stop right there. Okay, let's try it on the left side just to make sure we know how to do it on the left. So, right foot is on the paper, nice and slow. Left foot steps forward, turn to the back. Keep that foot on your piece of paper, take your left foot, step it forward again, and turn, only lifting the heel of your right foot. So you can do these on either side, and you can do different kinds of arms, right? So we could take a simple jazz arm like this, but we could add it to our pivot turn and maybe go like this. Step, turn, up, and step, turn, up, and. Okay, so you have fun, play with it, play with the arms. All right, starting with our hands either down or on our hips, and then we'll add them in later. Putting your left foot on a piece of paper, starting with the right pivot turn. So we're gonna do step, turn, step, turn. 5, 6, 7, and step, turn, step, turn, step, turn, step, turn. Okay, we're gonna go a little faster now. You ready? So it's gonna go step, turn, step, turn, step, turn. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and. How we do? A little fast, right? So we did 2 speeds there. We did medium speed and fast speed. So now what we're going to do is really test ourselves to see if we can handle taking this piece of paper away. Okay, so that's the first way we're going to quiz ourselves on this pivot turn. We're going to see if our pivot foot can remember to stay on the floor without that reminder. And the other thing we're going to do to make it more tricky and quiz ourselves is to add in jazz arms. So we're going to do a little combination that involves 4 moves, and you already saw me do it in this video, but we're going to review those arms and add them in. So let's start with that. So take your piece of paper away. I have confidence you guys will remember to keep that pivot foot on the floor. Now, let's think of one word for each of these 4 moves, okay? So you can remember it this way. First of all, your hands need to look like this, so fingers are wide apart, stretched as far as you can. The first thing we're going to do, step 1, we're going to call this in. Everyone say in. Okay, so this is in. Notice that your fingernails are away from you. Elbows are out sharp. Then we're going to do down. So we had in, and this is down. And you want to make parallel lines with your elbows. Can you guys tell me what parallel means? That's a tricky one. Parallel lines are 2 lines that never meet. So think about a railroad track, right? If you were on a train, you would want to be on a railroad track that was parallel. Because those lines never meet, the train can safely get you to your destination. But if those railroad tracks looked like this, eventually the lines would meet and that train would go off the track, okay? So parallel lines when we get to down. Here we go. We're here down, elbows are tucked. Now we're going to flip our palms so that we're looking at our fingernails and our arms are going to go straight up. So that's up. Good. And the last one is going to be out. So keep those hands facing the same way and go straight out. So we're working with lines here, okay? We have in, down, flip the hands, up, and out. So for every part of the pivot turn, the 4 parts, right? Because you have step, that's part 1, turn, that's part 2, step, that's part 3, turn, that's part 4, we're going to add one of the 4 steps with the arms. So let's try it nice and slow. We don't have that paper there, so let's just rely on our memory. Left foot is staying planted on the floor. Here we go. So the arms are going to start on our hips. When we step forward, we go to in. 5, 6, 7, 8. We have in. Hold it there. Ready, turn, drop the arms down. Hold it there. Taking a step with your right, hands go up. And you flip your hands so that your fingernails are facing you. Turn back towards me and arms go out. How do we do? Good? Let's try it again. This time we're going to do it twice in a row, but each hold is going to be 2 counts instead of 4, like we did before. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 2 counts. We have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Still with me? If not, you can pause the video, rewind, and practice again. If not, you can pause the video, rewind, and practice again. But now we're going to go to 1 count for each move. So the counts for the arms are going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And of course our pivot turn will follow the same tempo. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready to try that with music? Let's do it. Here we go. So we'll do 2 speeds, medium and then fast. So we're gonna 2 counts and then 1 count. 5, 6, 2 counts, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, here's where it gets tricky. We're going to go fast, so we're doing 1 count for every single move. So it's gonna go step, turn, step, turn, step, turn, step, turn. Take a breath. 5, 6, 5, 6, here we go. 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and. Great job, guys! Keep up the good work, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, then a mosquito street. You got a mouth like a